hey, I'm going to create myself an SEO expert so that as an agent, so I can chat to it to get ideas. So I'll just call this one Agent SEO expert, and I'll put it in the category of marketing. Marketing is just so that I can find the agent later on. Now there's three key things we need to do when creating an agent: create a goal statement, a backstory, and base instructions. These are essentially prompts within the agent itself. And I'm not going to write the prompts, I'll let the AI write the prompt. So this is like creating a GPT, except you don't need to do the prompting because the AI will prompt for you. And when you're getting a great result with any language model, the key is the prompting. Like over 400 words is really what the best practice is now, but who's going to write 400 words in a prompt to use the AI to write it for you? Now you can go and edit the prompting in these sections afterwards if you need to. In general, I find I very rarely do unless I've got proprietary information that I'm building out. So it'll give us basic instructions. So it's a backstory over 5 years experience. You know, we might make that 10 years experience because that's what suits you. You go through and read that. And then it goes down here with keyword research, on-page optimization, content strategy, technical SEO, link building, analytics, reporting, like all the stuff that SEO is, foundation for it. Now we give it a tone of voice, so I'll go with professional, and then disc personality profiling. Because I want someone who's detail orientated for this, I'm going to put compliant on the disc profile. Now I create the agent, and once I've created the agent, we can give it a range of different other capabilities. I can make this private, so it's just for me, or share it with my organization. Coming soon as a marketplace, so you can actually sell these and make money on them. We can turn on mentor mode so that it will always answer with a question. So you can just talk to it and it will give the responses back to you conversation-wise. I can choose the language model that best suits me. I'm going to use GPT-4o for this one. And you can give it guardrails if you don't want it to go outside. It's mainly for when these are customer service agents or you're doing something like in the medical space and so forth. You can also load it up with a knowledge base. So that's to use retrieval augmented generation. You can either connect it to third-party sources like Google Drive or OneDrive or our Source Wiki or OneBrain, which is a white label version of our Source Wiki, which is an AI-powered wiki, a little bit like a Notion. And so yeah, that's all we need to do there. I'll publish this particular agent. And with it published, I can do some really funky things like put it into an agentic workflow to do a whole range of different steps, or I can just chat to it. So, and I might even just say at this point in time, I'll turn on voice mode. Can you please create me a detailed SEO plan for a website that is about molecular degeneration for targeting both people who are over 60, because they're the target market who suffers from molecular degeneration, or also the children who are thinking about taking care of their elderly parents. The main thing is I'm really after the strategy for this so that I know what I can do with my SEO planning. I'm just going to turn off that speech. Oh, failed to fetch. Now I'm going to select that SEO expert, so I can choose from the different agents. So select SEO expert, and I'm going to turn on voice mode. Can you please create for me a SEO strategic plan for a brand new website? I haven't put it up yet. It's all about molecular degeneration, targeting people who are 60 years and older who suffer from the condition, but also their children who might want to look after their parents. You'll actually go into an optometrist to have the assessment done and get some blood work done, and then come out with a personalized nutrition plan, a supplement plan, to help reduce and reverse the molecular degeneration. The key for this report, though, I'm after the detailed strategy because the site doesn't exist yet, and I need to know about all the factors for SEO. So I need to be really thorough about it so that I can give this to a consultant worker that will go and execute the plan. So make sure the plan's really detailed. Thanks. Okay, that's great, but can you be now more detailed on section 1, the keyword research? Okay, can you now please go into more detail about on-page SEO and put this into a 90-day plan with step-by-step detail? That's great, thank you. Can you now please create a number 3 content strategy with a 90-day plan? Okay, that's great. Now, can you please do a very technical step-by-step guide for what is required on number 4, the technical SEO side? Okay, that's great. Now, can you please create the detailed plan for the number 6 local SEO? In this one specifically, it's for Atlanta, Georgia. So please create that plan also once again as a 90-day plan. Excellent work. Now, in relation to number 7, social media, based on the target market of mainly being over 70 or the 60, sorry, or the children that want their parents to be healthy. Based on that, please give indications of which of the social media platforms should be focused on, and also a 90-day plan to support working with those specific platforms. Okay, I really want to focus on this social media because I think it's going to be critically important. Is that the best thinking, or do you have more detail so we can really win at this? How could we use automations as well on this section of the social media plan to get high volume of content out? Please include some KPIs, targets, so that we can dominate the space. in relation to continuous monitoring and improvement, please create a table of core metrics that we need to move forward, and also explain the methodology behind what needs to be done to drive those metrics forward further. Okay, I'll turn off speech mode. So that is just a fast way to multi-shot prompt by talking to it and going to this multi-level. When you've got something like that in place, that would then be the foundation to set up a workflow structure where these are different boxes in a workflow, and then an agent for each of those. And I could put a specialist agent in some of these areas. The key is, though, we've got a pretty solid plan that's come out that you could then give to someone. I hope that's helpful. That's using the SEO expert. What I mean by the workflows is that we could now create a workflow builder for SEO plan. And SEO plan, we can give it more detailed description. The description's just there so that when you go to pick a workflow, you can see what it's about. And this could be broken down into multiple steps. So it starts off with the first block here, and you've got task, agent, tools, and prompt templates. I'll cover that in a different one. And these are essentially further prompts, and you can select the language model, you can select the agent. If there's additional tools connected to other SaaS systems, you can add those in. And then prompt templates is really a section for like a form where you can capture information, and then there's a further prompting, detailed prompting behind it, so that you can get consistency each time. So for example, I mentioned Atlanta, Georgia. Maybe you're doing this plan for the same type of site in different geographical locations. So when the workflow gets triggered, it would essentially ask you to put in what is the location, if that's what you would set up here. And what we saw in that chat and the results from each of those questions that I asked, you could essentially put those prompts in as questions at each of the steps, so that it's going to keep pulling the information out. So I don't have to talk to it like I did the first time. You would just run the workflow and it would execute the entire lot and then bring it all together in one final piece.